Hello and welcome. My name's Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic and welcome to the weekly forecast. Each week I like to bring guidance from the world of spirit using my deck, the Mythic Tarot. And I'll choose a card for each day of the week, and that card goes back in the deck because sometimes those cards need to be repeated, and it has happened in the past. This is for the week commencing 4th of March 2023. I like to actually have started pulling a card as an overview for the week, and that's what this card is going to be. Just give us a general idea about the theme of the week. So let's choose a card. Here we have the Empress. Gorgeous. So because I do this, it's all spiritually guided, I'm just going to tune in. I can give you the regular meaning of the Empress, and I'm going to tune into what it means for us spiritually this week. So the Empress, of course, means abundance and the mother element. It's a nurturing part of who we are. My feeling is that the Empress is bringing out in us that very protective nature that can come from the things that we have nurtured and created in ourselves. So the mother element, or that a protective element, is being brought to the forefront and will actually be influencing all of the aspects of this week. It's like whether it's a child that we are being protective of, whether it's a creative project that we feel a great attachment to. The mother element, or the Empress element, will want to overlook very closely what's going on this week, and it is about creativity. So because she is the creator, she is the element of abundance as well. So as I like to think of her as as you sow, so shall you reap, because she is in this deck, she's the queen of the harvest, or the god of the harvest. Anyway, let's put her back in the deck. This is for Monday, 4th of March 2024. Let's have a look. Oh, she's turned up again. I shuffled. So I told you, sometimes they turn back up again. So the the Empress in this respect for Monday is the launch of the week. We have, and again, I want to tune in for Monday. So it is about, I get such a close connection to something that we've created. I get such a close affinity with something that we really want to birth it or bring it into the world. We love it, we own it, and we're very protective of it. And it's so ready to be birthed or presented to the world that Monday you'll feel a very, very much an affinity to want, like that real push to put that your idea, yourself, whatever it is that's going on, that you've been sort of thinking, I'd love to show this, I'd love to be this. That's a very real push on Monday, is to want to make it happen. So it's like it's an exciting feeling, but sometimes it can be uncomfortable as well, because it is like it feels to me very much like a push. Anyway, she's back on the deck. Tuesday, March the 5th, 2024. Let's choose a card. Okay. Oh, here we have the Magician. So the Magician means the doorway has opened up. It's not so much a choice, it is a decision rather than a choice. So the opportunities are there. The doorway has opened up. You've got everything you need. You can have a look. He has everything he needs there. He's got a very good connection to the divine, or the purpose of the self. So for us spiritually, or for us for this week, the message from Spirit is that, as much like that, we get the push to want to do something that was like us really ready to go. The Magician is showing us the pathway that we can take. There's no push out the door just yet. The doorway's opened and the opportunities are being surveyed. And the message here is that you have everything that you need. There's nothing else that needs to be added. And it is related to a purpose. So I always believe that our divine purpose is to live our life and to express ourselves as a spirit being. How we express it can be in many different ways. That's why we have lots of different jobs. We have lots of different masks that we put on, but we always express ourselves through those personas. So the Magician is reminding us, well, how are we going to express what we want to do? And it's giving us a pause or an opportunity to consider how we want to move forward. You have everything you need. So good luck. Okay, that one is back in the deck. Wednesday, March the 6th, 2023. Shuffling the deck. Let's have a look and see what card is coming up for Wednesday. Oh, 8 of Cups. Look at that. Now look at the darkness of it. Look at the sadness of it. And look at the, doesn't always have to be as sad as it looks. The 8 of Cups represents surrender. So all the excitement of what we want to do, the options that are available to us, then there'll be a pause on Wednesday that says, okay, well, I know that perhaps there might be a way forward that we thought this is how it's going to look. This is like an idea or an expectation that this is how we'd like to move forward. And the 8 of Cups is giving us time or pause to say, there's something that's not going to actually work for us. So the surrender is a surrender of an idea or an ideal that we have hung on to, and it's accepting that it's not going to work here. So it's take time, and there's no rush. Take time, take pause, and recognize what's not actually working. It's okay. Even though that idea or that process might have got you here, it's not going to take you forward. And so it's giving you time or pause to say and to let it go, to say to yourself, you know what, I agree and I accept. It's not a happy card. It is one of surrender. And oftentimes, and I'm getting the message here, it's a surrender of an idea or an ideal. It's how we thought things should be, and we're letting that should be go and accepting what is. Anyway, that one's back in the deck. Thursday, March the 7th, 2024. Happy birthday, Katie. It's my little girl. So choosing a card. Queen of Wands. I love her. So the Queen of... oh, there we go. Clearing the throat chakra. The Queen of Wands is get up and go. So we've accepted that there's some things that we can't take forward with our idea or our way forward, how we'd like to be. And so the Queen of Wands is stepping in to give us now the impetus or the motivation. We are she does represent fire, motivation, getting up and doing it. What I'm getting from her for us for this week is that it helps us understand, as much as we've surrendered something and it's all get up and go, we now accept that this is our idea, our way forward, however that creativity expresses itself, our what we want to do and how we want to express it. She's there to say we own it. It doesn't belong anywhere else. And the surrender of the expectation or the ideal that we let go on Wednesday, she's now come forward to say now we can claim it as our own, because what comes forward now is our own. We add ourselves to this, and this is how we express our own individuality in this world. And so we'll bring through whatever it is that we're wishing to express for ourselves into today. And she is here to help to keep it moving along, so that we don't get bogged down, especially with that Eight of Cups from the day before. Okay, so she's back in the deck. Friday, March the 8th, 2023. 2024. I've been doing that a lot. I apologise if I've done that before. March the 8th, 2024. Here we have Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, you can see lots of, of course, the swords are about the mind, ideas. So expect now that we have the clarity of what we want to do, you know what's going to happen. A lot of, the spirit world, all the people are here. It's just reminding us that all of these ideas are going to start, because we owned, all these ideas are going to start coming to crowd in. It's exciting. So what I would suggest on Friday is, if you start to get overwhelmed with the influx of all of these different ideas popping in, is to start taking notes. It does not mean that you have to do everything that pops in your mind. It's just that something has cleared, and that's what the page represents, a clearing of the air. But because it's a page, it's very nondescript, and so therefore a lot of things that will pop in and come in will not make much sense, or they may distract you or us from that purpose or that path that we'd love to try out and see how that works for us. So with the Page of Swords, I should say, it can become a little bit overwhelming because it's opened up, everything's like the pathway's opened up in our mind. The clarity has opened up in our mind. Write it all down. You do not have to do every idea that pops in your head, and be mindful not to be distracted, because something might make so much sense but has nothing to do with what you've decided on. All these other bits and pieces that are coming in is only because the dust, the cobwebs have been cleared away, and now the next step and the next step and the next step is available to us. So the Page of Wands represents the clearing away of the cobwebs and allowing the creativity to come in, but they are still ideas. Write them down so that you do not become overwhelmed. That one's back in the deck. Saturday, March the 9th, 2024. Let's choose a card. Here we have Five of Swords. Good old fives, right? Now, I want to say with the Five of Swords, fives are always a pivot point, a checkpoint, sometimes can represent the rock bottom point. But when we reach that point, we have so much freedom because there's nothing left to lose. So here we must face the fear that we will be overwhelmed or told by somebody else, or that our idea or the way we want to move forward is not right. It'll challenge somebody or something, or even the fear of it in our mind. We'll worry about, well, who's going to judge me? Who's going to challenge me? Who's going to push me back down? If you've lived a life where you have been constantly pushed down or shut down, this card may trigger a lot of that insecurity and fear. So be mindful, take care. It gives us the checkpoint of the five that's coming in, gives us the opportunity to sit back and say, how committed am I to this? How am I going to stand up for myself? How will I let something or someone else influence me to shut it down just because they feel fearful or they don't want to see me succeed? That's what the five, I feel, represents here. It may, as I said, it may also be a past trauma that pops up as well. It may not be anything that external that's affecting us. So with the 5, it is a checkpoint, a check-in time to say, how committed am I to this idea? Will I let the fear of somebody coming in and telling me or oppressing me stop me from doing this? And there's no shame if you don't want to go forward with it, because that's why the 5 of Swords is here. It's letting you know whether it's a viable option for you, because there's no use moving forward on something if you're going to abandon it down the track. Now is the time to abandon it if you need to. You will know how committed you are to it because on the Saturday, the 5 of Swords turns up to challenge the notion of how strong we are with our idea and this purpose and this pathway forward. Anyway, that one is back in the deck. Sunday, March the 10th, 2024. Let's choose a card. Here we have lovely Ace of Cups. So, the Ace is the beginning. Ace is like new, the energy to move forward. It is the beginning of the journey. So all the work we've done this week to sort ourselves out, to decide that this is the purpose, this is the way we want to express ourselves, ready to move forward. The Ace comes along on Sunday and says, okay, giddy up, let's do it. The cups represent the passion. So that the Ace of Cups is coming forward to say, you know what, let's go. If you've worked it out, if you've decided this is what you'd like to do, if you want to move forward on this, the Ace of Cups is coming and saying, let's ride that wave. Let's get this going. Let's do this, because it speaks to the heart. It speaks to the emotion. It is going to be a very fulfilling path if you choose to move forward, if you choose to step into the energy of this week and say, this is how I want to move forward. I want to express myself this way. The Ace of Cups is saying, yes, it is giving you the energy and the impetus. And you can see the waves there are carrying us forward without any effort at all. We're just riding those waves in. And because it comes from the heart, we will stick to it, because it is a passion. It is nothing else other than coming from our heart, from our passion, and nothing will sway us. When we stick with what we're passionate about, nothing will sway us. All of the trials and tribulations that come afterwards, we can always check back into our heart and say, how much do I love this? And that's what the Ace of Cups is revealing for us. It's revealing, how much do I love this? Yes, I want to ride that wave. She's back on the deck. So that's the weekly forecast for week commencing March the 4th, 2024. I'm going to pull one more card because I'm going to give us a spiritual overview of the week. What does this mean for our soul purpose? Just as something to round up the cards and give us some sort of something that we can hang on to as a meaning, so that we can say, that's why I'm doing this week. So here we have the 10 of Cups. How lovely is that? The 10 of Cups, our spiritual journey, is about contentment. What is it that's driving us in our heart? Remember, we started off with something that said there's a drive within that we want to create, that we own and we love. We want to express it. So the spiritual meaning, the soul purpose, or the karmic contract, if you want to, I like to think of it as a soul purpose meaning, spirit meaning, is that we are searching and wanting, reaching for the contentment of our heart. What is it that's going to help us feel connected to who we are and what is in our heart and what our passion is, so that we can live our life live our life in contentment, because we are following something in our heart. Like, we can go out and do our job, we can go do the things that please us, we can do the things that responsibilities that test us, but when we are following something in our heart that gives our life meaning, that's what the 10 of Cups represents. So we're doing something for ourselves that has meaning and that underpins all of the other things, you know, fun and not so fun in our lives, that we can get through those things because we're doing something that satisfies the one within, or the heart within. Anyway, that's me for the week commencing March 4th, 2024. My name's Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic. See you next week, and much love from me. Mwah. Bye. See you guys next week with love from me. Mwah.